Welcome to this week's Q&A. We've got a question from one of our viewers in Singapore this week, and she's asking, what are the tax implications of short-term rental like Airbnb versus regular long-term normal rentals for an investment property? And it's a two-part question because then it's what should we do? So like many of the questions we receive, the answer is not always straightforward. Now the first part of the question is, so whether it's Airbnb or another short-term rental platform or scenario or normal long-term rental, Australian investment properties produce rental income which the ATO considers to be Australian taxable income for Australian expats living offshore or non-residents. So the tax implications are that there's no difference. So short-term, long-term, it's going to be the same tax-wise. It's just important to know that as a non-resident, you're paying non-resident tax rates, and perhaps there are some other measures that you need to consider there in relation to depreciation and what sort of, tax deductions you can get from your rental property. But on the other side of things, it's more of a qualitative scenario, as I pointed out, because a lot of the issues that people should really consider is if they're going to utilise something like Airbnb or long-term traditional rental is perhaps do they want to use that property for their own use at some period during the year? Or is it simply to try and obtain a greater level of income through going via the short-term rental route? And people often forget things because, especially with a lot of Australian expats living around the world, they're usually very time poor and they don't have a lot of time to commit to trying to manage their investment property portfolio. So for most people, I think it's probably far better for them to choose a traditional longer term rental and make sure that they've got good property managers that look after their properties. But, like anything, it depends very much on one's personal situation. So it really bears looking at in different lights. Now, if you find yourself in a situation like this where you don't know what to do, simply reach out, call us or email us, and we'll have someone who's able to discuss your own situation with you and potentially give you some assistance with that. And if you've found this of interest, then please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click like. And I'll see you at next week's Q&A. I'm Andrew Unterweger.